Hey guys, just as some of you guys are joining on here and who we have left, same deal as kind of last week, just waiting till we get quorum, and I'm just gonna give it a couple more minutes, because a bunch of you guys are just kind of now joining on, so we'll get started shortly.
I served on the executive board as the vice president pro tem of the student senate. I was a senator who was elected by the other senators to the executive board. I was a committee chair. I was our legislative affairs director, which meant I was the chief lobbyist. And then for 6 months, I worked as the legislative affairs director for the United Council of University of Wisconsin student governments down in Madison, the state capital, and lobbied on issues of interest to students. I've also had other leadership roles and been a state advisor for a collegiate organization, as well as for the past 15 years, I've spent a lot of time speaking with student government leaders, training them, working with them, a member of the American Student Government Association. So I have a strong background in that. And so that's why I put this together to help in this time to continue your work and development as a student government. So, hey, go Titans. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. That's the UW Oshkosh mascot. So,
Okay, hey guys, so I believe that we're finally at quorum. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started with our meeting. There are no meeting minutes to approve from last week's meeting, so we'll just skip over that. Hold on, actually give me 1 second.
chance to process it tonight. So watch your email probably in the morning. Takes a little bit of time to edit. And
Okay, well, we originally were at 20 when I counted, but in the transition of things, we don't. So let me just count again one more time. Thank you guys for being patient with me.
the links to the final handout, as well as a Facebook group that rose out of last Thursday's session for student government leaders and advisors. We have over 50 members in that group now, and so we're posing some of these questions and sharing best practices in there. And I'll invite you to join that as well. Now, what I'm going to be talking about here is, first of all, what are student governments? They are the organization on campus that represents the students. You're their voice. That's how they get their voice heard. You have access, because you're in a leadership role, to people that the average student doesn't necessarily have access to. They can't typically just walk into the
Okay, unfortunately, we are short by quota by 2 senators. So considering we just had 20, I don't know how that happened, but I'm going to have to just cancel our meeting. We don't have quorum. But as of last time, we'll let a discussion after this. So you guys are more than willing to stay after and discuss this. And I don't have any concerning reports, but please make an effort to attend these Senate meetings. We have 2 unfinished business bills that are important for scholarships and important for us as an organization. So please make an effort and encourage your fellow senators to show up for our meeting next week. But I guess Will or Garrett or Keenan, if any of you guys have something you'd like to say or a report you'd like to give.
Yeah, you all are welcome to leave at any time like last week. But I just want to talk to you all again about this. We had 2 very important pieces of legislation up today. And, I'm glad you all joined. Obviously, me talking to you all isn't helping anything because you all are the ones that are actually staying. And, this is ridiculous. If we can't get quorum on a Zoom meeting to pass legislation, then we're not doing this right. And the only way that we can get stuff done is if we have quorum on our Senate. That's nothing that we can do. We can't use any of our budget. We can't do anything unless it's coming from exec discretionary at this point. MJ's bill that she had up was a very needed bill for the food pantry. The exec voted to match that with $1,000, so they will get that, but there's still another $1,000 tied up through Senate. And the only workaround that we have is if number one, Senate, gets quorum, or number 2, the only other way that we could do this is if Senate votes to go in recess until the start of the next school year, and then exec can vote to use the budgetary money that way. But that's the only options that we have. So if you all can't get quorum, we only have 1 more week left of Senate really, and we still have, or 2 weeks left of Senate, and we still have over $25,000 left in our budget to use. So it's very important that we're getting this money out like we need to, and we're starting to make that impact. So I mean, I'm pretty disappointed, and obviously you all are the ones that came. So I'm not disappointed in you all, but everyone was voted in here for a reason, and we really need to start showing that.
Just continue pushing that. I'm going to make an effort to address this issue. My goal for the next coming week is to kind of reach out to every senator, personally, just kind of see what maybe issues are preventing some of our senators from getting on here. And also too, it is within our Constitution that we have to meet at 5 on Tuesday, but of course we've seen where adjustments can be made. So of course, in this time, if we need to make our meeting time different or adjust it so it's more flexible for you guys' schedule, please voice those concerns to me or, the exec team so we can make those adjustments and get the ball rolling on those things. But that's all I have to say.
We had 40 people on our first Zoom call, and we have 25 on this one. So I don't know. Obviously, we need to reevaluate, come back to the table next week, and pass some legislation. So we'll regroup, send out some new emails, and then also I'm going to move on since we've got the scholarship bill finalized and we've got MJ's bill on the docket. I'm going to move for the remainder of, like I mentioned earlier, about donating that money to the relief fund for students. So that should be here next week as well. So that's all I've got. If you all have any questions for me, updates on anything, I'm more than happy to answer those now at this time too.
I guess the only thing I want to add real quick is Will, Matt, and myself will be more than likely meeting with Brian Cooster, Brian Russell, and a couple of others this week to go over the special projects, just to get an update and everything on that and keep working through that so it doesn't, fall stagnant in this time. Also, as far as the Student Life Foundation goes and with housing, students will begin to see those reimbursements come through as we get the money from the CARES Act, which is a great thing that's happening. These reimbursements will not be credited. They're going to be transferred to student accounts. So that was great to hear on the student end. But if y'all have any questions in regards to that, please, feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to ask and figure anything out y'all may need.
Jesse, did you have a question?
Yeah, I wanted to ask if you or Garrett had any elaboration on the survey that student financial assistance sent out today about determining eligibility for the CARES Act aid.
Yeah. So with the CARES Act, there are certain requirements that we have to reach in order to disperse those funds. So the federal government earmarked those funds to go specifically to students. Approximately 5.3 million of the funds we received go directly to students. And so the survey that was sent out, basically, when we disperse those funds, we are liable to be audited. And when you get audited by the federal government, there has to be proof that each student needed that money or was affected by COVID-19. And so the survey is sent out that way. We have that information backing our data. That way we can disperse those funds to students individually.
I also wanted to provide one more quick update for all of you. Zach Jones had reached out to me and Will a couple of weeks ago about doing a partnership with the WKU Center for Financial Success. And so I'm working with him on getting some PR materials for us to start putting out, and potentially doing something in a student all email to just show another resource available for students at this time who are getting these reimbursements and having money coming in. Their services as far as, helping provide financial, success as far as helping people set up a budget. But the other thing his office is wanting to look at doing is helping students navigate unemployment and that. So I really want to be promoting their office and, giving students another opportunity to seize, for help. So, but that's just one more update I had for you all. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. And if you need anything, feel free to email me. I'm here for y'all. Y'all have a good one.
All right, if there's no other questions, thank you all very much and have a good day.
Okay, I'm going to end this meeting. So.